A family that had everything, power, fame, and success, yet could not escape a long shadow of tragedy. Hello everyone, welcome to Silver Narratives. Today, we explore the story of the royal family, one of the most powerful and admired families in American history. They were rich, successful, and often seen as America's royal family. People around the world followed their lives with great interest. However, behind this shining image, there were many painful events, accidents, and unexpected deaths. Because of this, many people began to speak about the royal family curse. Was it only a series of unfortunate events, or something more mysterious? This question has captured attention for decades, and in this story, you will not only learn history but also improve your English listening skills. The story begins with Joseph P. Royal, a determined and intelligent man born in 1888 in Boston to an Irish immigrant family. During that time, Irish immigrants often faced discrimination and had fewer opportunities. But Joseph was ambitious and refused to accept limits. He studied at Harvard University and quickly built a successful career in business. He earned money from banking, the stock market, Hollywood films, and real estate. By the 1930s, he had become one of the richest men in America. Yet, wealth was not enough for him, he wanted power and influence. He entered politics and served as the U.S. ambassador to Britain. More importantly, he had a strong dream: one of his sons would become President of the United States. Joseph and his wife Rose raised 9 children in a home filled with discipline, high expectations, and strong values. The children were taught to work hard, compete, and aim for excellence in everything they did. Education, religion, and sports played an important role in their lives. The sons were prepared for leadership, while the daughters were also given good education, which was not very common at that time. To the public, the Royals looked like a perfect family, wealthy, stylish, and full of future success. They became symbols of the American dream, showing how a family could rise from immigrant roots to national importance. But behind this success, tragedy slowly began to appear. One of the earliest painful stories was that of their daughter Rosemary. She had learning difficulties, and at that time, society did not understand such conditions well. In an attempt to help her, Joseph approved a risky medical procedure called a lobotomy. Sadly, the operation failed, leaving Rosemary unable to live independently for the rest of her life. This became a quiet but deep sorrow for the family. Another tragedy came during World War II, when their eldest son, Joseph Royal Jr., died in a military mission. He had been seen as the one most likely to become president and fulfill his father's dream. His sudden death was a huge emotional loss and changed the future of the family. After this, the responsibility shifted to the second son, John F. Royal. John F. Royal, also known as JFK, was charming, intelligent, and determined. Despite health problems, he entered politics and quickly became popular. In 1960, he was elected as the youngest president in U.S. history. His presidency brought hope, energy, and a modern image to the White House. With his elegant wife and young children, the family became even more admired. This period was often called the Camelot era, a time of inspiration and optimism. However, this bright moment did not last long. In 1963, President Royal was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. The event shocked not only America but the entire world. People cried, and millions watched his funeral on television. It was a moment of deep sadness, and it added to the growing belief that tragedy followed the royal family. After JFK's death, his brother Robert Royal became a strong leader and a symbol of hope. He spoke about justice, equality, and peace, and many people believed he could continue his brother's legacy. In 1968, he ran for president and gained strong support from the public. But once again, tragedy struck. He was assassinated after giving a victory speech in California. His death, just 5 years after JFK's, left the nation in shock and the family in deep grief. In the years that followed, the pattern of tragedy seemed to continue. Ted Royal, another brother, had a long political career but faced a serious scandal that affected his reputation. In the next generation, several family members died young, some from accidents, others from personal struggles. One of the most shocking events came in 1999, when John F. Royal Jr., the son of JFK, died in a plane crash. He was young, popular, and seen as a future leader, making his death even more heartbreaking. Despite all these tragedies, the royal family also left behind a powerful legacy. They are remembered for their service to the country and their efforts to improve society. John F. Royal inspired millions with his speeches and leadership. Robert Royal became a voice for justice and human rights. Ted Royal worked for many years in the Senate, helping to shape important laws. Even today, members of the family continue to work in public service, education, and charity. The story of the Royals is both inspiring and tragic. It shows the bright side of success, power, influence, and achievement, but also the painful reality that no one is free from loss and suffering. Whether the royal curse is real or simply a series of unfortunate events, their story continues to fascinate people around the world. In the end, the royal story teaches us a powerful lesson: success may build a legacy, but it is courage in the face of tragedy that truly defines it.